on behalf of all the leaders who are here today. And I want to begin by thanking all our national leaders who have come together, showing the true spirit that is Kenya, a united nation, strong against any adversity. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our brothers and sisters on the African continent, represented here by their ambassadors, for their show of solidarity and support for us here in Kenya at this difficult and trying moment. Fellow Kenyans, I thank all of you for staying strong and for being there for each other's sake as the tragic ordeal at the Westgate Mall enters its second day. You continue to be heroic in many amazing and heartening ways. As a nation, we speak as one. You can see here former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, former Deputy Prime Minister Musalia Mudavadi, and other national leaders, both in and outside government. We are a multi-ethnic, multicultural, and multi-religious society. And we are a society that believes that our diversity is also our strength. Sadly, the evil and cowardly act of terrorism has claimed so far 59 lives and injured more than 175 people. Let us continue to keep all the affected people in our thoughts and prayers, even as we reach out with a helping hand. I want every bereaved family to know that I, and indeed all of us, mourn very deeply with them. No one should lose their life so needlessly, so senselessly, and no family should have to receive news that their loved ones have been killed by a criminal bunch of cowards. As your president, and as a leader, and also as a Kenyan, I feel the pain of every life we have lost and share your grief at our nation's loss. My nephew and his fiancée were amongst those who died in this attack. These are young, lovely people I personally knew and loved. Many of us have lost loved ones. Let us mourn them all as one nation and keep them always in remembrance and prayer. To those who have suffered physical and psychological wounds, I offer words of comfort and encouragement. Please know that my government and multitudes of well-wishers are united in one resolve to see you through this painful and confusing moment. Take heart that you are not alone. As you bear your heart, we are praying for your quick recovery. Owing to the response of the various security agencies at the scene and the selfless and countless Kenyans, more than 1,000 people were rescued from the mall and attended to. We continue to rescue more. This is remarkable and encouraging. I am aware that many have expressed impatience over the pace at which the situation is unfolding. And while I empathize with your anxiety at seeing the matter concluded as quickly as possible, I ask also for your understanding. There are between 10 to 15 armed terrorists inside the building, as well as many unarmed, badly shaken, innocent civilians. We have reports of women as well as male attackers We cannot confirm details on this. Our security analysts are looking at that. Our multi-agency response unit has had to delicately balance the pressure to contain the criminals with the need to keep our people still held in the building safe. Obviously, the outcome has not been ideal, but I am satisfied that our disciplined forces have responded in a professional and effective manner as the circumstances have allowed. I also ask Kenyans to remember that these officers are putting their lives on the line for the greater good. Therefore, give them due consideration and prayer. The Inspector General of the Police Service, David Kimayo, remains in charge of the situation. Teams from the Kenya Defense Forces have supplemented the intervention. The criminals are now located in one place within the building. With the professionals on site, I assure Kenyans that we have as good a chance to successfully neutralize the terrorists as we can hope for. Let us allow them the space and time to do their best. I have received calls from world leaders offering their words of comfort and solidarity. I have also received numerous offers of assistance from friendly countries. For the time being, however, this remains an operation of the Kenya security agencies, and I thank all our international friends who have reached out to us and stood with us. The Al-Shabaab terror group have claimed responsibility for this cowardly act of terror on social media. However, investigations are underway to conclusively establish those responsible for this mayhem so that we can have full accountability. They shall not get away with their despicable and beastly acts. Like the cowardly perpetrators now cornered in the building, we will punish the masterminds swiftly and indeed very painfully. I call on Kenyans to stand courageous and united. Let us not sacrifice our values and dignity to appease cowards. Our victory must be conclusive. Let us defeat them with our unity. By responding quickly and generously to distress calls, we have triumphed. By standing in long lines all over the city and indeed in other cities to give blood, donating money through our mobile devices, buying and distributing food, blankets and beverages to the affected, we have ashamed and defeated our attackers. Let us continue to wage a relentless moral war as our forces conduct the physical battle. We shall triumph. As I asked yesterday, please continue helping and continue praying. I want to join my brothers who have spoken before me in once again also appealing to the international community that this is an incident of terror, an incident that can happen in any city, in any capital, anywhere in the world. Many nations have suffered from such crime. This is not the time to deter. This is not the time to issue travel advisories, for in doing so, the success is only for those who wish to cause harm and evil. We need to work together to fight the terrorist battle, not just here in Kenya, but wherever it hurts in any part of the world. This is not a Kenyan war. This is an international war, and we need to join hands and work together to see it effectively destroyed. We have also just come from visiting a number of the injured in various hospitals. It's accompanied by the Honorable Raila Odinga, Musalia Mudavadi, and all these leaders that you see here. And the one thing we have all come out with is the point that has been mentioned by all the leaders who have spoken: the indomitable spirit of the Kenyan people. We have seen doctors and nurses working overtime. We have seen clinical staff working overtime. We have seen volunteers moving and attending to the wounded. We have seen many, many Kenyans lining up to give blood to assist their brothers and sisters. It is this spirit that will ensure that we succeed against the cowards. I thank all Kenyans wherever they are. I thank you, the media, as I continue to request that we report responsibly. God bless Kenya, and God bless us all. Thank you very much.
The President will take one or two questions. As you understand, this is
and also to effectively neutralize the perpetrators who are in there. On the second question, we went as a nation into Somalia to help stabilize the country, but most importantly, to fight the war against terror. Terror that had been unleashed on Kenyan people, on the Somali people, and people everywhere in this world. I want to be very clear and categorical. We shall not relent on the war on terror. We will continue that fight, and we urge all people of goodwill throughout the world to join us and to ensure that we uproot this evil. So if their thought is that this was to intimidate us, it has only increased our commitment to fight and win this war.
Thank you. Solomon Mugera from the BBC. Your Excellency, yes, we know this is a very delicate matter. And as you've said, there are quite a number of unarmed people still in the mall. Don't you think a time will come when you need to prepare the country for the worst? Because if those terrorists are armed,
I'd prefer to cut you short, and like I said, let us allow the professionals to do their work, and I would not want to comment on matters that are currently in their preserve. They are doing the best they can to ensure that they save as many lives as possible and to neutralize the terrorists who are still in the building.
Hussein Mohammed from Citizen TV Kenya. With all due respect to what the security forces are doing and they continue doing, are you concerned as a president with the state of the nation's security, that we did not receive any intelligence reports, or did we receive of such an attack?
Let me be very clear. This is one attempt that has succeeded. There has been numerous threats which have been neutralized in the past. This goes to say that our intelligence services are doing the best that they can. But we all as Kenyans must also remember that we must play our part to be vigilant. But more importantly, let me state that at this particular point in time, my interest and the interest of every Kenyan, wherever they are, is the safety of the people who are there and to bring this crisis to an end. This is not a time to throw blame this way or that way. This is a time to ensure the safety of our Kenyans who are still in that building. One more.
Yeah, last one. Mr. President, labda kwa lugha ya Kiswahili, kwanza kabisa pole sana kwa yale ambayo yametufikia. Pili, nafikiri baadhi ya maswali yameulizwa na wenzangu. Kusisitizia tu wa Kenya labda kwa lugha ya Kiswahili, utawaambia nini wakati kipindi hiki ambacho ni kigumu kwa Wakenya na wakati ule ule wanataka kujua taarifa ambazo ni halisi zaidi kutoka kwenu nyinyi? Asante.
Yangu ni kwanza kusema ya kwamba tunashukuru vile viongozi wote wa taifa letu la Kenya wameungana pamoja kuomboleza wale ambao wamepoteza maisha yao, kuwafariji wale ambao wameumia kwa sababu ya kitendo hii ya ugaidi. Na vile tumesimama pamoja kama viongozi tukishirikiana na ndugu na dada zetu ambao mnaona hapa kutoka taifa mbalimbali za kontinenti letu la Afrika, tumesimama imara, tumesimama wima, tukiuliza kwanza utulivu kwa Wakenya wote, tukiuliza subra, turuhusu maafisa wetu wa usalama waweze kuendelea na zile operation ambazo wako nazo, tukihakikishia Wakenya ya kwamba tumeweka usalama katika maeneo mbalimbali katika taifa letu, wasiwe na hofu, na kuhakikishia ya kwamba magaidi ambao wametenda kitendo hii watafuatiliwa, watashikwa na hatua kamilifu itachukuliwa, ndio wajue ya kwamba kazi hii ya uoga ya kutisha watoto, wakina mama na wazee ambao hawana hatia, wajue ya kwamba serikali ya Kenya itawafuata pahali popote walipo na tutachukua hatua kulingana na yale ambayo wametenda. Kwa hivyo yangu ni kuwauliza tuwe na umoja, tuwe na amani, kuhakikishia Wakenya ya kwamba sisi kama viongozi tunaendelea kushirikiana na kazi hii ambayo tunaifanya, na yale ambayo tutafanya tukienda mbele tutafanya tukiwa viongozi wa taifa la Kenya ambao watahakikisha ya kwamba hii mambo ya ugaidi tutapambana naye mpaka tuimalize katika taifa letu la Kenya. Kwa hivyo yangu ni kuwaomba utulivu, tukae na umoja, tuwe na maombi kwa wale wote ambao wameadhirika. Na vile ndugu yangu Raila amesema, na ndio ukweli, ya kwamba tusichukue hii vita kuwa vita ya kidini, vita ya Kiislamu au tunapambana na Waislamu wenzetu. Hii ni vita ya kupambana na magaidi ambao wameumiza maisha ya Wakenya na wananchi wa nchi zingine mbalimbali. Na kati ya wale ambao wamekufa watu wa kabila mbalimbali, watu wa dini mbalimbali. Ndugu yetu hapa mnamuona Hassan, yeye pia ameumia na ameumizwa na hawa magaidi. Kwa hivyo hii ni vita ya kupambana na hawa wahalifu, na ni vita ambao sisi kama Wakenya yastahili tushirikiane, tuungane pamoja na tuhakikishe ya kwamba tumepambana na hawa kikamilifu. Na pia Wakenya pahali popote walipo wawe pia macho, wakiona lolote ambalo linaweza kuhatarisha usalama wa taifa letu la Kenya, wapashie maafisa wa usalama habari, na ndio zote pamoja tuweze kuhakikisha ya kwamba sisi zote tuko tayari kupambana na hawa wahalifu. Mtu akisikia lolote, tafadhali mpashe habari kwa maafisa wa usalama. Kwa hayo machache na mengi, Mungu awabariki. Asanteni sana.
Thank you for coming. Tunawashukuruni.